Actually, I don't want to talk about fear because, I mean, who likes to do that? I hate fear. I like to be scared, and I hate to be scared, and I don't like to be talk about it. So it doesn't matter what your last moment of scare, of fear was. Maybe you were just walking through a dark street, or maybe you were just sitting in the corridors of your university waiting for an exam. Those moments are always the same, right? You get the shiver, you get goosebumps, and it's not good. And the problem about the situation is you cannot foresee them. They just happen. They hit you right in the back. And the worst about them is, in most of the cases, you don't know what you're scared of. You can't see it. I give you one example. I was so scared of this speech. I was scared, will they like me? Will they like my topic? And standing here now makes you realize, I wasn't scared of you, or are you? Or not even you. It was something which is hiding in the corners, which is hiding in the back. It's the silence. The silence when I make a joke and nobody laughs. And I don't know when it will happen, and I don't know why it should happen, but this scares me. And so a short wrap up. So we hate fear, and we cannot prevent it because we don't know when it will happen and how it will look like. So what do we, as human beings, what do? We deny fear. We try to forget what happened in the past, and we hope that those scary experiences will never happen again in the future. However, I learned for myself that dealing with fear can be different, and that's why I want to take you on a journey, share a story with you to maybe give you a new perspective on fear. So last year, I went on a trip to Indonesia. The first thing that comes into your mind when you think about Indonesia, maybe beaches, surfing, volcanoes. For me, it was apes. I wanted to see apes, but not any ape, but this one. This one here, the orangutan. Cute fellas. So I went into the Sumatran jungle, booked a jungle trip, and our group was formed. We were 2 Germans, 2 French, 1 American, and 3 locals. One of them, our boss and guide, Baba. To give you an idea who Baba is, imagine a small and young version of Michael Jackson with fuzzy hair, camouflage clothing, a machete in his belt, and a huge smile all the time on his face. So we were gathering around Baba, and Baba said, okay guys, we need to enter the jungle now, and we have to find the orangutans because they just don't show up, they hide. So we went in there and started our climb, because hiking in the jungle is not hiking in the forest. Hiking in the jungle is going up, going down. It's muddy, it's slippery. You need your hands, your arms, your legs, your backside. It's like climbing up a ladder without the ladder. So it's really exhausting. So our group, us in the back, slippering, sliding, falling. In the front, Baba, good shape, looking good, looking out for the apes. At some point, we finally spotted them. Baba spotted them. And it was beautiful to see how they interact, how amazing they swing around, and they are really beautiful creatures to see. And we had a very good time and were just amazed. But at some point, Baba said, okay, guys, we have to leave. But we'll take a different path than we took the way to get here, because our boats are waiting at a river bench in a totally different part of the jungle. So new path, new way, funny as before. We walked on, we climbed on, but at a certain point, Baba said, okay, stop here. We were standing in the front of a huge climb, and he said, we are now entering the territory of Minna. And Minna was a female ape, but forget about those. These are cute, these are nice. Minna is enormous, enormous, and strong as 7 men. Minna lives around here, and she knows about us, tourist groups, passing by. So she's not actually looking for the people, but what the people carry in their bags, the food. So if she's hungry, she can be really aggressive. And her aggression, in connection with her strength and her size, makes it really dangerous to meet her. Well, so if she comes, no matter if we go downhill or if we go uphill, she will be faster. She comes for the trees. And if she comes, we can just keep our fingers crossed to distract her by giving her the food. To make his point, he lifted his shirt, and showed us a scar going from the belly button all around his body to his spine. And he said, 2 years ago, Minna came. Minna attacked his group, and Minna attacked one of the tourists. And Baba stepped between Minna and the tourist, and this made Minna angry. And Minna grabbed him, pushed Baba away, and with one of her claws, she accidentally cut open his total stomach. And he almost bled to death in the jungle. And just thanks to 5 locals who were around the area, he got carried out of the jungle, and half a liter more of blood he would have lost, he would have gone forever. So he said, I'm not joking, keep your eyes open, watch up. If she comes, I can't help you. I'll turn around and run. Yeah, this was cool, being guideless, protectless in the middle of the jungle. So this story changed everything. You know, Baba in the beginning, proud, strong, positive, this changed. He got quiet, and with every step he took, he looked anxiously into the trees, looking for the orange shadow appearing. And you could just feel that every single tree seemed to have some kind of mark from Minna. No matter if it was a broken twig or just signs from her claws in the bark, it was awful. And just to try to imagine the situation, you're a tourist looking for just to see some animals. And you entering the jungle and feeling a bit like a hunter because you're following trails, trying to spot them. And at a certain point, this just turns around totally. Suddenly you feel like the prey. You feel like being hunted. And this can be, yeah, really exciting. And of course, this situation also turned everything around also for us, because in the beginning we were chatting around, having fun, sliding upon, and saying, oh, look at that, muddy, look at that, there's a tree, look at that, grab there, the spider. This also changed. Speaking was not allowed. We only had to whisper among each other. We couldn't speak out loud. And in this stage of the trek, everyone seemed to be mentally isolated. Everyone seemed to fight his own mental struggle about the orange shadow somehow appearing. Of course, we were exhausted by the trek. We started early in the morning. We had wobbly knees all the time, but there was obviously no way out. We were standing in the middle of the jungle, boats waiting. No one would come. We had to reach the boats, and so there was no way out. We had just to get on. And this way back, in silence and fear, took us 3 hours. We were walking all the time. And when we finally listened and heard the river and spotted the boats, you could just see and feel how relieved everyone was. And I can tell you, I never, ever in my life had such a constant level of adrenaline in my body. I mean, even now, when I just tell it, my heart pumps. It's crazy. And I can believe that every single one of you in this room has some kind of Minna experience. Some moment where you experienced pure and raw fear. The funny thing is, when I told this story to some other people, they were like, so, you went into the jungle, the monkey didn't show up, nobody got attacked, and the fella looks kind of cute, orange, nice. Yeah. When I would tell these people the exact, something totally different, for example, last weekend I went to Chatham in the beach to watch the sunset. Nobody would be like, so you just went there, sun went down, got dark, got cold, you went home? Probably not. They would be like, wow, oh, whatever have to be there. That sounds so beautiful. Wow, such an amazing experience. So you can see people celebrate joyful moments. But as I told you in the beginning, they deny fear. And I realized for myself, I don't want other people to deny my scary moments, to tell me that being scared is nothing, there was nothing to be scared about. No, because not meeting Minna, not seeing her, was part of my trip. It was part of my trip, and it taught me humbleness and also a certain kind of respect for the power of nature. So what I want to tell you today is, if you have any kind of similar experience, don't let other people tell you that your fear is nothing. Because those people, they haven't been there. They did not feel what you felt, but you felt it. And if you survive the fear of the past, there's no reason why shouldn't you survive the fear of the future. So if you have your Minna moment, if you have this scary experience, Don't try to deny it. Don't try to forget it, but cherish it. Cherish it. Treasure your scary experience. And if you dare, find a willing crowd, share your story, scare them. And I can promise you, you will be able to even enjoy your fear. Thank you.